Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am Jeff GrantMEDIA. In today's real user review, we are going to be talking about the triple Aught design Interval WX jacket and the Highlands CW shirt. Now, Tad did send me both these products as samples for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with triple Aught design prior to publication. They will see this when you do. In addition to that, there are affiliate links in the description box down below. If you're considering buying either the jacket or the shirt or any other product from Tad, please consider using those links. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do get a small percentage of that sale kicked back to me. All the money goes back to the channel to help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. So Tad, triple Aught design. I have known about them for many years. If you're unfamiliar with my background, I came over from the bag world where I used to review mostly backpacks and EDC gear, and triple Aught Design was a company I have been aware for a very long time, and I did know that they made clothing and outerwear, but I never tried them. Recently, I did partner up with them and I did 2 bag reviews. Both of the bags were phenomenal bags, incredibly built, great craftsmanship. So they reached out and asked if I wanted to do some of the clothing or outerwear. I said yes. So they sent me both of these as the samples, and I've been now testing these for, I think, 4, maybe 5 weeks now. It's been a while, and I will say I liked the jacket. When I saw it, I saw the Interval, I said, that's a pretty sweet jacket. I like the look of it. It's kind of trucker-esque, but a little bit different. It's got a different collar on it. It doesn't have the chest trucker pockets. But when I got it, I said, wow, and I really do enjoy this jacket. This is way better than I had expected. This is a waxed jacket, but it is a very dry feeling. We will get into the specs in a minute, but it is a very dry feeling, which makes it a really good jacket for someone that wants to get into waxed outerwear. But if you've ever touched waxed outerwear and you feel that wet or that clammy feeling, this doesn't have that at all. This is a very dry feeling jacket, and it does still shed the water really well. So let's start right there and do some of the specs and features of both the Interval WX jacket and the Highlands CW shirt. My personal specs are 5'9", roughly 175 to 180 pounds, and I am wearing a size large in both the jacket and the shirt. The triple Aught design Interval WX jacket comes in at $325 USD. It is available in a black colorway, but personally I would call this more of a smoke colorway, and it does have a bit of a blackish blue tinge in person. This is made from a British Millrain Stay Wax Sahara 8 herringbone twill, which, as I said, is a dry wax canvas, hence the name Sahara. They do say that this is machine washable, though I have not tried this, but I have gotten it wet, and I have gotten some blue cheese dressing on this on a recent work trip, and it came off very easily. The jacket features 4 external zipper pockets, all with YKK zippers. 2 of those pockets are zipper side entry chest pockets, and 2 are hand warmer pockets. And both of the hand warmer pockets feature an internal divider pocket. And the Interval WX jacket is made in the UK. Now, the Highlands CW shirt comes in at $225 USD, is available in heather black and heather charcoal as seen here. Tad calls this a standard fit shirt, but I would equate this to about a standard work shirt fit. It has a bit of a boxier cut to it and a tiny bit oversized. It is made from 25% Insta Cordura nylon, 40% merino wool, and 35% polyester. This is a twill weave that is woven in Japan, and one of the really interesting features of the Highland CW shirt is the fact that it has a daisy chain button system, which was something I have never had before on a shirt, and it feels really interesting in the hand when you're buttoning the shirt for the very first time, and it looks quite interesting. Now, as I mentioned earlier, when I saw this jacket on the website, I really liked what I saw. When I got it in person, it was a pretty phenomenal jacket. I really like the dry wax canvas. I haven't had much of the dry wax. Most of what I had has been the wetter wax canvas, and I was very surprised when it actually did shed that water really nicely. So when I started to wear it, I ended up wearing this a lot more than I thought, even in, as you can see, this bit of a winter wonderland that we are in, because the weather changed really quickly, and this is an unlined jacket. And because it is a lighter jacket, I did opt to take this on a recent 3-day work trip down to Mississippi. Now, I knew it would be a little bit warmer down in Mississippi than it was in Pennsylvania. It ended up being a lot warmer down in Mississippi, but the Interval actually worked really great as a travel jacket. Because it has these 4 zipper pockets, I was able to take everything out of my pockets zip it securely inside the jacket, and then just throw my jacket in the TSA bin with my camera bag and my shoes and send everything right through. I didn't have to worry about those tiny little trays that you're throwing change and your wallet in and trying to scoop it all out while you're trying to put your belt back on and your shoes on. You're doing that dance in security while you got all your bags slinging off your. Didn't have to worry about that at all. I was able to throw everything in the jacket, then I just threw the jacket right back on, and I just grabbed my bag, my shoes, walked off to the side easily and put my shoes and my belt back on and was able to continue on with my day and get to my flight. So the jacket actually worked out phenomenally as a travel jacket because it has these 4 zipper pockets. I did wish it had an internal pocket for my boarding pass, but on the way back, my traveling companion said, "Why are you using a paper boarding pass? You can check in from your phone," which I then did, and then I didn't have to worry about a boarding pass and no longer needed an internal pocket. So the interval actually worked out phenomenally well as a travel jacket. I didn't anticipate this being a great travel jacket, but I did like the jacket, and I was taking it because I liked the jacket. I liked the weight of the jacket for where I was going, but it ended up being a phenomenal travel companion. But it does have some cons, and the con is this internal divider pocket inside both of the front pockets. I don't know what it's actually there for. I found it to be a little bit useless. It's kind of cumbersome. When I throw my car keys into my right pocket, oftentimes my car keys will get stuck in that little internal divider pocket, and then I have to stick my hand in there and adjust my car keys. So it kind of makes putting my keys in there a little bit bulky. And sometimes I accidentally slide my thumbs inside those pockets when I'm putting my hands in the pockets. So I'm sure it probably has some purpose. That's why Tad put it there. But me as an everyday user, traveling, wearing this every day to work, I found it to be absolutely useless and to be a bit cumbersome. But honestly, that's the only negative I have with either the jacket or the shirt, because the jacket was way nicer in person than I had anticipated being. And again, I thought it was going to be good when I saw it on the website. I knew it was going to be quality because I had Tad products in the past, but when I actually got it and tried it on, I absolutely loved this jacket. It's a great weight. It fits really well. The size large lays on my body nicely. It gives me enough room to layer, which I need right now because it's a little chilly out here, but it also doesn't look big and bulky if I'm not wearing something thick underneath it. So the actual fabric, this Sahara 8 dry wax material, has been great. It sheds the water nicely, but it has a dry feeling. It feels like you're wearing just a regular canvas jacket. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a wax jacket, but I do personally like wax jackets, and I don't mind the wet feeling of a wax jacket. But this is the first dry feeling wax jacket that I've had, and I really like it. I was a little apprehensive with the performance of the ability to shed water because it is a dry wax, but it hasn't been that bad. It shed water just fine. I have not been any like downpours in this, but a little bit of snow, a little bit of rain, the water has just beat it up like it does on any other wax jacket, and I was able to just brush it off completely fine. It didn't absorb into the material. Now, they do say this is machine washable. I have not tried that. I am a little apprehensive to do that and take it to that step, but you know, if eventually this jacket does need to be laundered, I will probably risk it and throw it in and see what happens. And if I do that, I will certainly report back to see what happened when I washed the interval jacket. But thus far, I have really been enjoying this jacket. We actually went out and to one of the bars that were near our hotel for a particular dish, which they did not have in stock, but it happened to be wing night. So we got wings, and we were sitting at a high top. There was no place to put my jacket. It was on my lap, and I did spill blue cheese dressing and wing sauce on the jacket. Actually, I think it was on my left sleeve. I dropped it on my left sleeve. I wiped it off immediately, got back to the hotel, took a little bit of water and cleaned it off, and you can't even tell that it's there. There's no sign that there was blue cheese dressing on my jacket at all. It came off completely clean. So spot cleaning this jacket worked out really well. But if you don't like to spot clean, and that is one of the big things with waxed canvas jackets, you have to spot clean them. This, they say, you can throw in the washing machine, so you can give it a shot. Eventually, I'm probably going to break down and try it, but thus far, I'm a little worried to do it. I haven't done it, but it does come very clean, very easily with spot cleaning. And this has been a phenomenal travel companion. But now let's talk about the Highlands CW shirt. And as you can see, the fit on me, this does look more like a work shirt. It has that bigger boxier square cut, so you have plenty of room in it. Now, this is a size large. I may have been able to actually size down to a medium in this and still been fine. I do feel like it might be a tiny bit long on me, if anything, but I don't think it's overly big in the body. I do have plenty of room in here, which is why I think if I size down I would still fit in it just fine, but it wouldn't have that length that I think it's just a tiny bit long on me, but I don't think it looks too sloppy in the body width being a size large. Now, I also brought the Highland CW shirt on this recent work trip. I did wear a lot of merino wool because I was traveling. It was 3 long days, so I was testing out a merino wool undershirt, but I would wear that merino wool shirt. The first 2 days, I only wore the merino wool shirt, and then I threw this on over the merino wool t-shirt when we went out to dinner, so I wasn't wearing the same, I was still wearing the same shirt that I was testing, but I had this on so I didn't look like I was wearing the same clothes. And then the final day, I wore this all day long over the other merino wool shirt. So I wore this all day long in the factory while I was filming. The hour-and-a-half car ride from Mississippi to Memphis, the hour-and-a-half flight from Memphis to North Carolina, the 3-hour layover in North Carolina, and the hour-and-a-half flight from North Carolina to Scranton, and then until I got home and got changed. So I had this on all day long, probably like 16 or 18 hours, and I did not wash this yet because I wanted you to see it, and it looks fine. Like, it is not wrinkly at all. Now, this shirt is Cordura nylon and merino wool, which is another reason I chose to take this as a traveling companion, because it also has the merino wool in it. Now, merino wool has antimicrobial features to it. It helps to keep you from stinking, which is why I was not only wearing but testing a merino wool t-shirt as my base layer, because I knew it would have very long days running around. The merino wool keeps me from stinking. It also wicks moisture away, so it dries really quick. In addition, this is Cordura nylon. So Cordura, if you're unaware, is one of my absolute favorite materials to make backpacks out of. I love Cordura nylon. It does have some good water shedding capabilities. It's also an incredibly durable material. So you mix the Cordura nylon with the merino wool, and it does have poly in it as well, but you mix those two features together and the shirt is great. It's durable. It keeps you from stinking. I wasn't too sweaty the third day when I had it on all day, because it was actually cooler that day. I didn't smell it all. It was very durable running around the factory, and it's very, very wrinkle resistant, because again, I intentionally did not wash this because I wanted you to see what this looked like, how good it still looked after having worn it for, what did I say, like 18 hours in one day of traveling, sitting on planes and cars and running around a factory filming. It still looks great. It feels great. It feels good against the skin too. I only have a t-shirt on underneath this, and I also have another merino wool t-shirt on, yet again, a different one, but it's not rough or coarse at all where it's pilling up the merino wool t-shirt underneath, because it's a little bit more of a fragile material, if you will, on its own. But you combine the Cordura with the merino and the Highland CW, and it has a lot more durability while still maintaining the capabilities of the merino wool. And this thing is great. I absolutely love the shirt. I don't have anything negative to say about it, besides maybe I personally should have sized down to a medium just because the shirt is a little bit big, but looking at the size guides online, this was what would fit me best. But it does have a boxier cut, so if you're kind of on the fence, you may want to go with the smaller size just because it is a looser, boxier cut of a shirt. But I don't have anything negative to say. I can roll the sleeves if I need to, which I'm not doing right now, because as you can see, there's plenty of snow on the ground and it's a little chilly out here. But all in all, I am very satisfied. Both the Interval WX jacket and the Highland CW shirt from Aught Design, they've been phenomenal garments to wear. The quality of the craftsmanship is great in both of these. They have a wow factor when you get them and see them in person. The only thing that I would like to make one more time is that the color of the Interval is listed as black, but it certainly has a bluer grayish maybe tinge to it in person, so it is not going to be a deep black colorway. So if you're looking for something very dark black, that's not this jacket. It definitely has a blue or gray colorway. If you can kind of see, my gloves are black and the jacket is also supposed to be black, but that is the Interval black compared to a black wool glove. So you can use that as your point of reference for the actual color tones of the waxed Interval jacket to an actual black. But all in all, very, very satisfied with both the jacket and the shirt. Both have been phenomenal garments. These are well-made, high-quality, durable garments. I think they're both worth their price points of $325 and $225 respectively. They're wearing great, they're looking great. The jacket came clean when I got blue cheese on it and wing sauce. It came right off. It is a dry feeling wax canvas, so if you like wax canvas because of the properties it features, but you don't like wax canvas because you don't like to have that wet, clammy feeling on your skin or your hands, you don't have to worry about it. This is very dry and it still sheds the water great. I'm not gonna wear this in a torrential downpour, but the rain that I have been caught in has worked really, really well. And these both fit in a variety of settings. I would say the shirt is certainly a little more casual than the jacket. So the Highland interval shirt, I would say, is something I can wear out working or maybe even going on safari. It does give me those safari vibes. But the jacket, it's got a very casual look to it, so I'm certainly not going to wear this to a business meeting, but I can certainly fit into a wide variety of settings with the jacket. And the Highland CW shirt, I think, does have a bit of the work shirt vibe to it, so you might not be able to wear it in as many settings, but for me, as a very casual dresser, it certainly fits into most of the scenarios I find myself in. And with that, if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.